Hey, Wonder Hussy here. You hear that? That's that creepy old time carousel music from the old carousel in Griffith Park, Los Angeles. That's where I am today, hiking to the old abandoned LA Zoo. And you hike up the hill here, and the first thing you see is this is where the old bear enclosure was. This is where the bears used to be. Isn't that funny? Look at that. Climb in and pretend like you're a bear. I mean, if I was a bear roaming freely around the forest and some zookeeper kidnapped me and forced me to live in a zoo, I guess I'd be pretty stoked with these accommodations. I mean, dang, let's just go in the bear enclosure. Wow, look. Wow, look up here. The old staircase goes up to, I don't really know what was up there. Maybe that's where the zookeeper came down to feed the bears. Yikes, and then the bears themselves just played in this area. Okay, there's a lot going on here today. There's some cheerleaders down yonder practicing their choreography. There's some graffiti artists up top spray painting some stuff. And even best of all, there's a bunch of furries here today. I don't know if you guys know what furries are. It's a fetish. People who get off dressing up in fur suits, like foxes, bears, tigers, rabbits. Like they wear these full life-size furry animal costumes, and then they get it on with each other, like sexually. Yeah, furries. Look it up sometime. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of furries down there with like a camera crew. I think they're shooting some kind of fur fantasy up here because it's an old zoo. I mean, what better place for furries to hang out than an old abandoned zoo, right? Get in the cages and hump each other or whatever they do. Far out. Look, here's one of the old abandoned cages. But maybe this was where the monkeys used to hang out. Now there's just a bunch of kids in it hanging upside down. Oh, looks like some cholos were here. Victor. I think that's either Hector or Victor. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of cholos named Hector and Victor. Tupac. Real classy, guys. Imagine back in the day, this was full of families, sniveling tots, crabby moms and dads. Wow, look at this. Now it's all just covered in slime and moss. Nature's taking back over. I actually find it very fitting that nature's taking back over because a zoo is like the ultimate affront to nature, right? Like, oh, we're gonna lock you up in a cage. Psych! Now what? Wow, I wonder what that used to be. Probably some kind of a cage or a foundation for a cage that housed monkeys or something. Look at this, it's so cool. This old road just sort of winds through where all the old zoo exhibits were. This was like some kind of water feature. Yikes, I wonder what lived down there and how many bodies are down there now. Wow, like it was like a little canal. Maybe this is where the alligators and the crocodiles were. So creepy. I can't really think of very many things cooler than going to the zoo, the Los Angeles Zoo in like 1955. I mean, everybody was probably so dressed up back then, you know? Look, here's an old bunch of cages. Yikes, I'll go up these little stairs. Holy cow, look at this. Dang. Looks like you can climb in a lot of these. Get in the gate. Should we go in one of the cages? I think we should. Let me climb up here. See if this door opens. Oh man, it's stuck. I guess it doesn't open. That's a bummer. It looks like it's not locked or anything. Huh. Oh well. You can see inside. Look how, what a creepy, depressing place for an animal to spend its life. This place is like going to a concentration camp almost. It's really spooky. Oh look, this door's open. We'll go in this cage. Here's what it feels like to be a zoo animal, if you've ever wondered. I'm a monkey and I'm trapped in this cage for my entire natural life. And then here comes some idiot's baby, climbs into my cage and I eat it. Can you really blame me? R.I.P. Harambe. Wow, look at this one. This one is really cool. This is like a double-decker cage with a little cave at the top. Whoever lived in here had a little hidey hole. Look how nice. Cozy. And then your view out the front, though, not so nice and cozy. Dang. I mean, look what you looked up at. You couldn't even see the sky without wires and bars over it. Really depressing. Can you imagine living your whole life in an enclosure this size? I mean, a lot of people in jail do, I guess, if they're in solitary confinement. In the hole. And then look at this. All these. This one here. Can't get into it, but look at it. It's all wet and mossy. Overgrown with ivy. So creepy. Wow. Look at this one. Look how deep the water is. I wonder what animals lived in all these. You know, like... This was the ocelot enclosure. This was the baboon enclosure. Whoa, whatever was in this one had to be locked up tight. So that must have been like something dangerous. Tigers, something like that. Oh, look, there's a little hidey hole down bottom where they could have escaped. Yikes. Look at this one. This was an animal, I can tell. That was probably amphibious because it has a little pool in the corner, but it also has a lot of dry areas to hang out. So something that likes to swim and also be on land. Another one. This one's really lush and green. Creepy. This one here, go in. This is like a fairly deluxe suite. First you have your interior cave. And you have this little front area, little sort of a patio. And you've got your little water trough so you can drink. And it looks like it was an adjoining suite to the next cage over. So maybe every once in a while they would open that up and let the two animals play together. Well, actually it's like that on this side too. It looks like this thing, you can see it, sorry. There's like that hoop, it looks like maybe it lifted up. So like that whole section lifted up and the animals could come through and be together, make more animals to be kept in captivity for their entire lives. There's a few more little enclosures here. This one's small, looks like that was probably birds. Those were like the parrots were, the parakeets, the macaws, you know, all those exotic birds that you see at the zoo. And I don't know, those animals kind of almost make me even more sad than like the big animals, because birds, they're used to being able to fly anywhere. To be cooped up, so to speak, in that little thing. Ugh. I mean, I guess I kind of identify with a bird or the birds because I'm free, right? I like to be free. I'm like a bird, I'll only fly away. So it just makes me especially kind of sad. Look in this one. This is creepy and it's dark. Wow. Semper Fi, huh? It's like some real classy Marines were in here. Good job, boys. You're real heroes. So weird. Wow, look, it's all these little pathways. Let's go down this one. Dang, it's like all these old pipes on the ground, little bits of foundation. Holy moly, look what was here. Dang. Something was here. I don't know what. It's a really big enclosure. I mean, it looks like you walked up this little staircase. Maybe this was like an overlook into whatever it was. But then if you look over there, another staircase on that side too, and that almost looks like it was a chimney. Let's go look at it up close. Oh. I mean, it was rebarred in, but the rebar is all warped. It was part of that. I mean, to me it looks like it was a chimney and this was like a house or something, but maybe it was the zookeeper's house. Now it's just all graffitied over. And it looks like some people partied up here. I mean, the usual Budweiser water bottle. Like, so depressing. I mean, this is, you know, in the middle of LA, so I guess I expect some amount of litter, but still, come on. Los Angelinos, take some pride in your city. I mean, I really like LA. I haven't been here a ton or explored much, but I definitely plan to come back quite a bit. This park, Griffith Park, is amazing. There's a lot of other cool stuff to do here. So next time I come, I'm gonna bring a bag and pick up some trash. Now, this is inside another cage. I don't know what this was, but look, almost looks like old, like fake Egyptian or something, or fake jungle architecture, like at Mandalay Bay in Vegas, making it look like it's some old Mayan ruins or something, but it's really just, I don't know, maybe this was part of the bear enclosure. Dang, look at it. Wow. Somebody taking pictures in that one. Holy cow, some of the graffiti is pretty cool, I'll be honest. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, maybe that's Harambe. Is that R.I.P. Harambe? Oh, this would be the perfect place to do a tribute to him. In case you don't know who Harambe is, it was that gorilla at the Cleveland Zoo that the baby fell into its enclosure, and they put the gorilla down because he killed the baby. Many feel that it was unjust, myself included. Wow, this is a trip. Here's that staircase. It's so creepy down here. Look at it. Should I go down? I should take my headlamp out first. Hold on. Wow, you guys, this is a trip. I'm basically crawling around in this old cage or like compound where they housed animals back in the day. Look. There's all this really cool graffiti, but these staircases, they just go down into nothing. Should I go down? I think I should. There's steep stairs too. I mean, were these stairs for humans? Like, was this where the zookeeper just came down to feed the animals? Why would they have this really steep staircase coming down into a cage? It's weird. I've never seen a zoo animal that had a staircase like this to play on. I mean, I am a huge fan of this, you know, colorful, well-executed graffiti, but what I'm not a fan of is leaving your empty spray cans behind. That's just cheesy. Look, and then at the bottom of the staircase, sorry, I have to use my headlamp, there's a grill that looks out to the outside. So that was probably the animal enclosure. Dang, can you imagine if this rebar was all that was separating you from some super hungry tigers? It'd be pretty scary. I'm not sure I am made of the right stuff to be a zookeeper. First of all, I'd be too empathetic, bleeding heart, and I'd want to let all the animals loose. Secondly, yeah, I'd be kind of scared. Oh. Wow, this is so cool, but look, again, what a depressing view. As an animal, I would not want to spend my entire life looking at the world through those. And that's why I'm never going to break any laws again. Let's get out of here. I want my freedom. All this hanging out in a zoo cage is making me really sad and stir crazy. Wow, I mean, I really enjoyed exploring this abandoned zoo, but I don't know, it was kind of depressing. Sort of on the fence with zoos, I guess. Like, on the one hand, it is cool for people to be able to see animals and learn about them and maybe foster some kind of appreciation for wildlife that they might not otherwise have. But on the other hand, like, it just seems pretty screwed up to keep an animal in a cage for its entire life, you know? Like, you go to the zoo and you see those monkeys doing you-know-what, throwing you-know-what at people. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing too. They're probably going crazy. It's really sad. And especially with monkeys, they're supposed to be really smart, but even the less smart animals, you know, tigers, whatever. It's like a screwy thing to do. And, you know, on one hand you could say, yeah, well, that tiger doesn't have to hunt. It can just lay around and be lazy and it gets fed. It's protected from predators, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to worry about anything. Yeah, but a completely safe life, like, that is no life at all. You know? I mean, a tiger's thought processes aren't that evolved. to, worry about these existential dilemmas like that. But I don't know. I still feel like on the whole, zoos are pretty crummy. So the only zoo that I like and that has my official Wonder Hussy seal of approval is this abandoned LA zoo. This is hopefully how all zoos will be someday in the future. Abandoned and crumbling back into nature. The only thing I might like to see better is if they repurpose zoos and put people in them that I'm not crazy about, Like, I might actually pay good money to go see Donald Trump in a cage.